Jackson Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 laps and a red flag.
SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. It is a beautiful Thursday, June the 20th, 2024. I'm Jason Swain, live from the Low T Center studio. My man Ben McKee. He's walking different. He's talking different. Why? Because Ben McKee is covering the National Championship Series coming up here in a couple of days on Saturday. Woo! Ben McKee, what is up, man? You better get some extra days on that hotel reservation. Extend the stay, Ben McKee. What is up, my man?
Good morning. That is on my agenda today. I need to. Well, it's up there. I need to do quite a bit today in terms of my itinerary. I need to extend the hotel. I need to extend the rental car. I need to wash my underwear. I need to do a lot of things today to survive another 5 or so days in Omaha, which signed me up. There's been a couple of coaches this week that I thought have put it perfectly, that Omaha is a great place to come to. It's a really difficult place to leave, and that is the perfect way to put it. Whether you're a fan, player, coach, whatever, if you love college baseball, you want to go to Omaha, and you don't ever really want to leave. So I am perfectly content with having to stay here a little bit longer, although I am missing my family. And at this point, I do wonder if my oldest will even recognize me and remember who I am.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Well, Ben, they said that if it wasn't for the miss strike call, that Tennessee would have lost to Florida State. That's what the Florida State fans felt. I understand them feeling that way. Had a big-time lead on last Friday. Tennessee came back. Controversial call that was not made in their favor. Well, I don't think Tennessee left any doubt yesterday at all. And we had former Tennessee baseball coach Rod DeMonico on Josh and Swain, and I asked him straight up, I said, Coach, who should Tennessee fans want to play against? Is it Florida State, or is it North Carolina?
I think you want to go against Florida State only because their bullpen has proven this year is not as good as North Carolina's bullpen. North Carolina's got a couple of dogs in that bullpen that really get after it. And they've really had some clutch hitting, but when you get to this point, everybody has clutch hitting, clutch pitching down the stretch. The 8 teams that get there, you could look at what Florida State's done with not a great bullpen and went, hey, they figured a way to get there. Same thing with Kentucky. They don't have a lot of power, but they play the short game really well, and they just find a way to win. And that's really what you have on all 8 teams that get to Omaha. They find a way to win at the end of the year. And then it's who gets to Omaha, can play loosey-goosey, can stay focused. And then, as you well know, being involved in athletics, you got to have a break or two. And it just seems like, ball's got to hit that pebble on the turf and go left or right sometimes, or, somebody gets jammed.
That was former Tennessee baseball coach Rod Delmonico on kind of what you need to happen, but really the answer was you want to play Florida State. You want to play Florida State, and I'll be honest, Ben, I was like, Coach, you sure? You see how easy we beat up North Carolina? They have basically one player. Coach nailed it, man. Coach nailed it, Ben, because Florida State did not look like the same Florida State we played against last Friday. Their pitching struggled in the first inning off the bat.
Yeah, that kind of set the tone for the game. You were texting me right away, and I agreed with you. Their freshman that they were starting, the true freshman, just was not ready for that moment. The moment was too big for him, and the ball did bounce Tennessee's way a couple of times in that inning, but you could tell that he was nervous. John Abraham, that is, by the way, he had just little command of anything that he was throwing, and just looked nervous, as you were telling me over text. I agreed with you, and I thought that was the interesting decision of the game. I don't necessarily blame Link Jarrett for not starting Jamie Arnold, and that seems to be the popular conversation to have, and I don't think that's the right discussion to have, because Arnold is dealing with a cut on his thumb. He would have pitched on short rest against the best offense in the country that lit him up pretty good less than a week ago. And I've heard there's some outside influences there with Jamie Arnold about whether or not he would throw on short rest as a big time.
Like the camp of Arnold saying, no, we're not doing that.
Yes.
I mean, I would say the same thing.
As a big time draft prospect for not this upcoming draft next month, but the 2025 draft. And then your other big time starter was the Dorsey kid, the other lefty, and he was on even shorter rest.
Yeah.
So you weren't going to throw him. He would have thrown today, along with Arnold, I imagine. And talking to an FSU guy that covers the Seminoles for us at 24/7, he mentioned the Whitaker kid as a potential option, but he threw 70 pitches against Tennessee on Friday and then threw 20 more on Tuesday, so he wasn't really a great option to start. They didn't have any options to start, really, outside of the freshmen. But you kind of felt good about some of the bullpen arms that you had, as you saw. I mean, Joe Charles, Brendan Osborne, those two guys came in and looked pretty good. I don't understand why they didn't start one of those guys. Yep. And I know that you want to save them for later in the game, but later in the game doesn't matter if you get off to the start that you actually got off to. I mean, that would have been my fear. That was my fear. I talked about that on my baseball-specific podcast that we record at GoVols 24/7. Like, it doesn't matter if you can get to those guys at the end of the game if you're fighting an uphill battle once the end of the game rolls around, which is what happened. I mean, it felt like Tennessee was up more than it actually was. And so it kind of felt like Florida State was trying to climb Mount Everest there. But what if you go with one of your top bullpen arms instead of hoping that you can get to them later in the game? Then maybe you're not trying to climb up Mount Everest, because that top of the first inning offensively set the tone with them scoring 3 runs, and then Kavares Tears, just another phenomenal catch by a Tennessee outfielder. That also set the tone of what was to come for Tennessee.
Yeah, that was a big difference in game 1 versus Florida State versus game 2 versus Florida State. Like, defensively, you set the tone. Like, you shut things down. You closed out that momentum early. I mean, Xander Sechrist, man, dude, locking down probably the second best offense in the country, definitely the second best offense at the College World Series. The way he did, I mean, I know he gave up 2 home runs late, but I was surprised that he was in when he gave up those home runs, even though he was willing and dealing. But, dude, what a heater he has been on. Just absolute heater. Blake Burke doing Blake Burke things. What a team win, man. What a dominating win. 7-2 to advance to the championship series, Ben McKee. Here we are, Ben. When you was covering Tennessee, your first time covering Tennessee baseball, you was going to the games, and you met Tony Vitello for the first time, and barely anybody in the stands, and you felt like, man, the same attention, recognition should be given to Tennessee baseball, to every other sport. Well, here we go, Ben McKee. After multiple trips to Omaha, you are now in Omaha, and this weekend you will be covering the National Championship Series between the #1 Tennessee Volunteers and Texas A&M. 2 wins away from winning the national championship, Ben. You're there covering.
That is, yeah. It's quite the sentence and statement to digest, because I quite frankly never thought that I would see the day. And I don't know that I thought that Tennessee necessarily deserved the attention at that point in time. It was more about, I wish the program would receive the resources that others were receiving, because I've always maintained that I believe that at a place like the University of Tennessee, you are able to take care of all of your major programs. And obviously football is always going to be the king and be at the top of the list when it comes to receiving the resources that it needs. But at a place like Tennessee, you don't have to cut off your hand to take care of football. You can take care of everybody on campus at the same time. And there's levels to that's a much more nuanced conversation. But that was always my thought, is that there's no reason that the baseball program can't receive the resources to succeed. And it took a special individual in Tony Vitello to come in and get people on board. And I never thought that I'd see Tennessee baseball in the championship series in Omaha. It's odd. I never thought I'd see Tennessee in Omaha. I never thought I'd see Tennessee win a game in Omaha. I never thought I'd see them win the SEC tournament in Hoover. And I certainly never thought I'd see them play for a national championship in the College World Series finals. And I certainly did not think that I would see it within Tony's first 7 seasons, and really his first 6. If I think you should kind of cut out the 2020 season, because there was no NCAA tournament, and that team barely got to play. So really his first 6 full seasons, he is playing for the College World Series finals. It's pretty remarkable and quite the turnaround. Very happy for Tony Vitello himself and everybody else in that program, because they are certainly excellent people, and they work very hard, and they are certainly reaping the benefits of their hard work that dates back quite some time. And that was something that Tony Vitello mentioned in his post-game press conference, is that all of the successes that they are having, there's a build-up to that success. There's a build-up to what happened yesterday that is allowing them to play in the finals, and that's all the hard work that's been put in over the years. That's the successes of the 2019 team that was able to get to the NCAA tournament for the first time in quite some time. The 2021 team that was able to get to Omaha, even though they went 0-2 in Omaha. They helped lay the foundation. The 22 team, obviously, 23 team, they've just gradually taken steps forward. And they've done so with a lot of successes, but also some failures along the way. And those moments have set the scene for this team to get over the hump and go play for a national championship. I thought that was a really cool quote from Tony Vitello.
Well, Tennessee is playing a team in Texas A&M. Beat 7-4 a couple weeks ago in the SEC tournament. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you did versus them. I think Tennessee's a different team. Even though it wasn't too long ago, I think Texas A&M is a different team. And you got the best offense remaining versus the best pitching probably remaining. I mean, A&M has filled it up in the College World Series. Looking at a tweet from Gabe Brock here. Looks like a Texas A&M fan. And he kind of highlighted the pitching there for Texas A&M. 27 innings, 18 hits, 3 runs, 10 walks, 38 strikeouts. And they were mowing Florida down yesterday. So you got Schlossnagle. You can't be losing to a coach named Schlossnagle, Ben. You know that, right?
Oh, Tony Vitello would. I think I mentioned this on Tuesday.
You did.
If I believe, my opinion, that if there is a coach out there that Tony Vitello would prefer to beat in the national championship, it is not the coaches that most would assume. I do believe it would be Mr. Schlossnagle himself. I think that Tennessee would enjoy beating the most. And also, speaking of other teams in the SEC, how sick do you think Arkansas fans are this morning? I mean, Tennessee needs to finish the job. You know, vintage Kobe. What's there to be happy about? Job's not finished. Like, I get all that. And it's kind of a moot point if Tennessee isn't able to win a national championship. But how sick are Arkansas fans this morning, knowing that in 6-7 seasons under Tony Vitello, Tennessee may win its first national championship in baseball, and they've been to Omaha how many times, and have not been able to get that first natty. And if Tennessee wins the natty, how could you not say that Tony Vitello is better than Dave Van Horn right now?
Well, you will say it.
I think you can already say it.
Yeah,
right now.
You got to say it.
Currently.
Yeah, the story around Florida State and their legendary coach passing away at the beginning of the season. They've been to Omaha 24 times, 25 times, and haven't won a championship. That's insane. That is insane to me. But Tennessee, second time going to the final series, has a chance to win program's first national championship. But yeah, if you are an Arkansas fan, you sick. You are sick. You probably want Tony Vitello to replace Dave Van Horn. Right now, you probably want that. But we got him, and you don't. And Tennessee's playing for a national championship this weekend. 865-255-03. When we come back, we'll get to the Beatty Chevrolet text box. A lot of momentum on the text box. We got somebody from Georgia who is looking to make that trip to Omaha. I looked at plane flights yesterday. Yeah.
One little tip, anybody looking to fly in, look at KC. KC only 2 hours, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. And I know it's still not cheap to fly really anywhere nowadays, but prices were significantly cheaper for me to fly in to KC at the beginning of this thing. And I actually did do that, not just to go see the Yankees and my buddy Kyle Wright, but also because it was like half the price of flying into Omaha. So check that out as well. Or just get your butt in the car. The game's not for basically another 3 days. Get your butt in the car, split up the drive, and you'll be here in time. And don't give me that face, Swain. Don't give me that face, because you're the one a couple of minutes ago. You texted me and said, hey, are you up? I said, unfortunately. And you said, well, you know what? Tennessee's playing in the national championship, so get your butt up. So you know what, Swain? Tennessee's playing in the national championship, get your butt in the car and drive out here.
It's 13 hours.
Yeah, 3 days to do it.
And if you're from Georgia, it's more like 16. If you're in the Atlanta area.
Here's the thing. If you want to see Tennessee play in the national championship, would you rather go the cheap route or take out another mortgage to fly out here?
All right, Ben, good point.
When's the last time a men's team played for a national championship?
Listen, man, good point. I'm with you. 865-255-03. We'll hit the Beatty Chevrolet text box when we come back. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. There's a lot of people talking about testosterone, but do your homework and go to a provider that you can trust. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have noticed weight gain, loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. When you are craving some quality barbecue, there's only one place to go. Dead End Barbecue. Dead End Barbecue has been featured on ESPN's Taste of the Town, the first barbecue restaurant on the SEC Network, CBS Sports, Headline News Tailgate Show, Amazon Prime's The Restaurant Comeback, Food Paradise, and named one of the top 100 barbecue restaurants in America. The search is over. Dead End Barbecue is located on 3621 Sutherland Avenue right here in Knoxville. You can even have it delivered right to your door through Chow Now. Visit their website at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Hey, Vol Nation. This is Charlie Pratt, financial representative with Modern Woodman and MWA Financial Services. Modern Woodman has been touching lives and securing futures for 140 years. Being born and raised here in East Tennessee, I'm honored to help East Tennesseans in all phases of life with retirement planning, investments, and life insurance. A big win on Saturday starts with preparation early in the week. A secure financial future starts with planning today. Contact my office today at 865-919-6468 to review your financial plan and make sure you are on track for success. As always, go Vols.
Registered representative and investment advisor, representative offering securities and advisory services through NWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America, member FINCRA, SIPC.
Good morning, Swain Event fam. America's College Sports Town has everything you could want in a lifestyle. You want a cottage home in town or a downtown condo, or maybe you're looking for a home with a pool or a lake property. Well, whatever you want, the Knoxville area has it, and I'm ready to assist when it's time to find what you're looking for. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and check out my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. Go Vols!
Beatty saves you money like a new 24 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Save with 5.9% APR financing or pre-owned vehicles starting at $19,995. All makes and models at Beatty Chevrolet.
Just because you can't call in doesn't mean that you have to sit on the sideline. Impact the show with a text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Swain Event Hotline. It is Thursday, June the 20th, and it's about that time. It's about that time to get to Swain Event Hotline. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, fam?
What's going on, my man? You ready to make that drive?
Boy, I'm getting the tires rotated tomorrow. Got the oil changed up real good. I looked over and told my manager yesterday, you know what this means, right? What do you mean? That means you got to find somebody. I'm out.
You out. So you making the drive?
Me and Pops, we're gone.
Oh, man. Man, I miss Pops, man. I miss Pops.
Yeah, we sliding. So that and some Celsius.
That's all you need right there.
That's it, man. We going to the ship, man. I ain't got to say nothing else.
Is it 16 hours for you?
16 strong.
Okay.
But hey, that ain't. We gonna be on adrenaline, so it ain't gonna matter.
Do you drive through Knoxville?
Well, I'm gonna pick him up. Then which way he think he's the map of the United States. So which way he wants to go, that's what I'm doing.
All right.
So he won't do the Googles. That's what he call it. I ain't doing no Googles.
The Googles. All right. Y'all might be there in time then.
right.
Y'all might be.
Right. Yeah, but we gonna get there. We have to sleep in the truck. It ain't gonna matter.
Man, that's what it is right there, Ben McKee.
Yeah,
you approve? You approve of that mentality?
Oh, absolutely. Rodney's coming in clutch now. I expect you to follow in his lead.
Hey, we can swing by, boy.
Ben, you know, I'm not gonna be on the road like Tramel with my headlights off. I'm not about to be driving more than 6 hours, 8 hours. I'm not doing that.
Hey, look, I tell you what. If you find a way to fly into KC, I'll drive down there, pick you up myself. Then you don't even have to worry about getting up here. You got to figure yourself out once you get here. But I'll at least help you get here if you fly into KC.
Sound like a plan, Swain.
Sounds like a plan. Get you and your oldest. That'd be a great father-daughter trip. I mean, she's been all in. I mean,
what's the next chance we're gonna get to do this, Swain? When's the next time? It ain't promised. It ain't promised.
Next year. In the year after that, in the year after that, in the year after that. We built a dynasty.
Okay. Well, I'm finna see the first part of that dynasty. I'm going for show.
Man, see? Yeah. The peer pressure, man, it's heavy. I thought I was able to handle peer pressure. When I was a little kid, I didn't think I would fall into the trap at this age, but
look, we could have a Swain Event meetup. I know Diraval. I mean, within like 30 minutes.
Is he there?
Within 30 minutes yesterday, he texted me and said,
DR's there.
You know DR. He's not here yet. He is on the way, though. He texted me within 30 to 45 minutes and said, let's see, I got it right here. Just bought my tickets for Saturday. See you there. We could have a Swain Event meetup.
Say it again, Rodney.
Who picking up Turkey Man?
I guess Ben.
I said I'd drive to KC, not to Knoxville.
Turkey Man ain't in Knoxville. Turkey Man is in Greenback. Greenback, Tennessee. That ain't Knoxville.
Turkey Man, we'll get Swain to pick you up on the way. You can rent a minivan. It could be a Swain Event caravan. You just pick up Swain Event listeners along the way. You can go get Turkey Man.
So you stick on the side of that van, Swain, and pick up some more memberships.
Yep. And look, all you gotta do is make it to West Tennessee. Because if you make it to West Tennessee, I guarantee you, Nealon Mafia's got something of like a ginormous vehicle that can get everybody to Omaha.
I ain't messing with Neil Mafia. I'm trying to get there safely. I'm messing with you.
Well, look, guys, I got to get off here so I can get to work for this last day.
That's right. They better find somebody.
It don't make me none.
They better find somebody. Hey, man, thanks for the phone call, man.
Oh, baby, PTO.
Rodney said he getting in the car, man. 13 hours, him and Dad. Dad said he don't need no Googles. He remember the route. He know how to get there. Oh, Lord. Let's hope they get there in time. All right, I'm looking at flights.
Ooh, I'd be nervous.
Huh?
I'd be nervous. Our guide, Chris Lowe, is here. He was texting me earlier this week, asking me, hey, how'd you fly in this time? How you getting out there? And he was trying to find a way to get out here. His son works with the baseball team, so obviously he wanted to come out here and support his son. And he was texting me earlier this week trying to figure out how he can fly out here and get out here for this. And then next thing I know, he's here after driving. He said he split it up in 2 days. So
CeeLo drove?
CeeLo drove. CeeLo split it up. I believe he and his wife, they split it up and got in late Tuesday or first thing yesterday morning. I believe late Tuesday. He split it up into a 2-day little drive.
Yeah. I mean, these flights probably the same as what gas would be. Honestly. Shout out to Vol Nation for hitting me up, asking me if I have allergies. Only to now have allergies because I didn't have it before. He asked me. Eyes over here itching.
Oh, Papa T.
I was good until you asked me about it. I ain't even been outside. You feel how hot it is outside? I haven't been outside.
I don't think it's allergies. I think it's you getting nervous about missing out on this opportunity in Omaha. I think you're starting to get a little nervous, starting to get a little anxious. Your body's starting to sweat anywhere and everywhere, through your eyes, on your chest, so on and so forth. It's the grip of your Tennessee fandom taking a hold of you, trying to tell you that you need to go out to Omaha.
Shamel says, Yo, on my way to Maryville College for junior day, it's daylight, so no need for lights. Strays, my son listening. Sorry about that, Shamel. LC Vol says, need a Swain Event meetup before the game Saturday. I guess Shamel said he's there too. I don't believe Shamel going.
Somebody get Tramel on a flight. That's all I know.
Neil Mafia says rolling an 18-wheeler up in that Omaha. B word. Brian Hunsucker, nice shout out for Ben McKee on the TV broadcast yesterday. I missed it. What part was it? I feel like a horrible friend. I missed it.
You're a horrible friend.
Thanks.
It was during Kavaris's second at bat when they were showing his dad a bunch and talking about his parents. I think that was in like the 5th inning or so, the top of the 5th. And they referenced my story that I wrote on Mr. Roderick Tears and Kavaris. And that was pretty cool. That was a cool moment for me.
Yeah, that's when I took a bathroom break. That's the one time I took a bathroom break. Dang.
Okay,
man.
but I'm putting responsibility on your oldest as well. Was your oldest in the room? I know she's been locked in. I know she knows who I am.
She was watching it upstairs, so she missed it too. I might have to ask her about that. We can always go back and listen to it, but I'm mad at myself that I missed it. I didn't, and I haven't been getting on Twitter during the games because I just can't with y'all sometimes. You complain too damn much about everything during games. So I can't get on there.
Buddy, you're telling me we do have a little bit of breaking news here.
What you got?
Tennessee football has picked up a commitment from offensive lineman Nick Moore from over in Jefferson County High School in Dandridge, Tennessee, just down the road. Tennessee offered him a little bit late in the process, but was able to make up some ground. We at 24/7 have him as a 4-star, and as a top 230 overall player in the country. And although Tennessee was a little late to offer, they did quickly move him up their offensive line board, prioritize him, target him. He was in town this past weekend for an official visit, and Tennessee gets the job done in that one, as you should be able to do with a local product. But Nick Moore has committed to Tennessee. So there you go, Nelson and Jackson. You may just be completely avoiding this show, Nelson. I don't know if you even tuned in today knowing that it's going to be all talk about a Tennessee team playing for the national championship. And I know that hurts you, that a Tennessee team that isn't the football team is going to play for a national championship. But if you are listening, there's a little recruiting nugget for you, my friend.
Hold on, let's do it again for Nelson. Breaking news. All right, now go, Ben.
4-star interior offensive lineman Nick Moore from Jefferson County High School in Dandridge, Tennessee, has committed to Tennessee after his official visit with the Vols this past weekend.
There you go. 865-255-03. Let's get back to the phones. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. Good morning. Well, I guess that person does not want to talk right now. Nope, I guess they do. All right, you're live. Let's get it. Good morning. Ain't that don't call back no more. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. Oh, Mama McKee got me. She just sent me the video clip. So I'll check it out during the break. That's what family do, Ben. That's what we do. So Mama McKee got my back. I had no idea. I saw it on the text box this morning. It was my first time seeing it.
Shame on you. I am considering you.
I had to go to the bathroom. I'm a human being, Ben. And I wasn't on Twitter during the game. I was locked in, so I didn't see anybody say, "Oh, they just mentioned Ben." No one texted me, let a brother know, so I had no clue. My bad.
What's going on, guys?
All right, there we go. Good morning.
Go ahead, Ben.
There we go, DR Vol.
Yeah, so who's playing phone tag? Is it the rapper that y'all got started, or what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. I thought that was you playing games.
No. I don't play games. I just watch them.
Hey, you remember that skit from Dave Chappelle? When a girl's like, "Don't be playing games on my phone." I thought about that skit. When keeping it real goes wrong.
Oh, God. Some of the greatest television ever made right there. From the GOAT, David Chappelle. I just had to call in and brag. Ben, I remember when Charlie was on the show, and you were just a lowly intern, and you were trying to talk about college baseball. And look at us now. I just bought tickets to Omaha last night. We're going to head out Friday. We've really come a long way.
How much they cost?
Oh, God, it's fine. With fees, a little over $700.
Goodness gracious. Ben, you trying to say
you're not helping the cause of getting Swain to Omaha. You're not helping.
Tell you what, Swain, you can ride with us. How about that? We split the gas, because the gas is going to be another thing.
DR Vol,
So
you live in West Tennessee. How's that help me?
You just swing through, and you can park the car here. We'll put it in the garage, be climate controlled, and you ride with us.
Sounds like a good plan, Swain. See, the thing here's what you got to do, DR Vol. This is what we got to do. We have to lie to Swain in order to get him here.
Yep.
Oh, tickets like $50 a pop.
Yep,
it's $50 to get in the stadium. You know, gas isn't too much. The food's cheap. This, and that, and he's there. And then once he's here and he realizes that we were lying to him, he can't go anywhere because he's stuck somewhere in the middle of America. Yep. He's gonna have to forfeit out the money.
Yep.
Knowing Swain, he's gonna sneak in the stadium and sleep in his car.
No, I was playing on the floor of Ben's room.
Him and Rucker, you could listen to their podcast when they did. I did find pretty cheap hotels at about 15 minutes east in Iowa. So I think that's where we're going to stay. Hotels not that bad. I guess I didn't vol leave enough because the tickets were like less than half the price 2 days ago. I should have went ahead and bought them. And Tennessee made it and just shot up. And that was before the winner of the Florida A&M game last night. So I can imagine what they are now.
A&M
Bag up,
was not good for ticket prices.
Did you say vol leave?
Yeah, that's what the people that kicked me off Vol Facebook used to say. They told me I didn't vol leave enough because I wanted Jeremy Pruitt fired because he wasn't a good coach. And I got a permanent ban.
Another tip for those traveling out here who may be looking for a hotel room. Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers, is like 45 minutes away. I know a couple of people who are staying out there and just making the 45-minute drive up to Omaha on the day that Tennessee is playing. So if you're looking for some cheaper hotels, maybe see if they've got some in Lincoln and just looking to driving over to Omaha each day. 45 minutes or so, I believe.
Lincoln's not bad. We looked at that, but then I talked to a guy that went to Omaha last year, and it was Council Bluff, Iowa. That's what he told us. It's about 15 minutes east. So
yep, it's
a little bit closer.
Over the bridge, right over the bridge.
Yep.
And technically, I am 4 minutes from the stadium that is in Nebraska.
Humble
and my
brag.
hotel is technically in Iowa.
We can't all be big time like you. I may go stay in Lincoln, find
That's
that
right.
guy that assaulted Fred. I may go stay in Lincoln, find that guy that assaulted Fred White. You have a good day, guys.
I'm telling. 865-255-03. Let's get back to the phones. Good morning.
Hey, guys. It's Ricky B. in North Alabama.
What's up, Ricky B?
Well,
Good. How's things in North Alabama?
Not too bad. I had to wait till I got through Rogersville. I'm on my way over to Florence to work at the hospital this morning, so had to get a good cell signal before I called you guys.
Sounds about right.
Exactly. First off, I really thought first. I can't believe this is happening. First of all, I'm super excited. I've been a casual baseball fan for quite a while. Used to mainly be a St. Louis Cardinals fan just because growing up in Memphis, but really never was into college baseball until my dad started watching it. Kind of got me a little hooked, and then, of course, we got Tony, so that helped a lot more. But one thing, Ben, I heard last night on the post-game press conference when they were talking to Link Jarrett, someone asked him, what is different with this Tennessee team versus when you guys played them when you were with Notre Dame? I thought his answer was really interesting. He was talking about the only difference is really how the pitching staff works. And I would like you to kind of elaborate on that, because he was talking about how, we still have we're still a really good offensive team. It really is, instead of having three stronger guys as our starters, we actually have a pretty deep bullpen and like guys that aren't really necessarily full-time starters like I guess Beam is, but the other guys have been kind of just patchwork. And then one last thing I want to say, and I'm going to jump off and listen to you guys, but it's kind of funny. I've been thinking about it this year. Baseball is the only sport where the coach wears the uniform. Why is that the case? And can y'all imagine if Rick Barnes was in our basketball uniform standing on the sidelines? It's just really kind of strange to me that they wear the uniform. But just wanted to say that. And congrats, Ben, on getting a shout-out yesterday on the TV. And, Jason, you should try to figure out your way to get there. I'm going to start looking at tickets myself. So go Vols, and thank you guys for taking my call.
Thank you, Ricky B. Great phone call.
Omaha. Come on, Swain. You can bunk with Rucker and I if you want.
I bet y'all in the room funky, too. I bet it's
of course it is. Of course it is. Wes is in here.
I bet it's so musty. I didn't tell Ricky B to make that point about the uniforms. That was his own doing, Ben.
Well, I know you didn't, because you're too busy saying that baseball players aren't tough enough, although Hunter Ensley is willing to.
I didn't say that.
That's exactly what you said. That's my narrative, and I'm sticking to it.
I said sensitive.
I know what you said, but I'm still going to enjoy people calling you out for saying that they're soft.
They can be wrong. That's fine.
I don't know why baseball coaches, managers wear the uniform. It is odd.
Where's Titans
I
Bill?
suppose.
We need Titans Bill in here. He'll tell us.
Titans Bill. I haven't heard that voice in a minute.
You know what Titans Bill will say?
He'd probably talk about the Titans and Will Levis.
He would say, tradition.
It is a tradition, I suppose, but I do think you're seeing less and less coaches and managers at the big league level wear the jersey. Now the thing is kind of just baseball pants. And I get the baseball pants because you are out there like hitting infielders ground balls and you're hitting outfielders fly balls and you're out there working with your players throughout the course of the day. I can understand wearing baseball pants out on the field for like practice and whatnot. But the hoodie is now popular, or the crew neck pullover or something along those lines are now popular to rock with the baseball pants rather than the jersey. But you still have your Tony Vitellos of the world and others who rock the jersey. I don't really know why they do it. It don't bother me like it bothers Swain, but
it don't bother me. I just think it's weird.
Sounds like you're really bothered. And I'm thankful that Rick Barnes does not wear a uniform while he is coaching. That would be an interesting sight.
You trying to say Rick Barnes don't have guns?
Not anymore. No.
You trying to say Rick Barnes can't buy people tickets to the gun show? Huh? Swain, I got your Jello shots.
Man, the Jello shots are the biggest ripoff on the planet. Those Jello shots ain't got no alcohol in them.
How you know?
Because I have divulged.
How many?
I've only had four.
I think you got a problem, Ben. You might want to see some help. You got a problem.
What you mean?
You had 4. You didn't feel anything?
You can't even taste the alcohol in it. I was not the only one saying this. Me and my buddies that I went with, everybody was talking about how it's a sham.
I said that from day one.
Ain't no. Why do you think they sell some? How it would be so expensive for them to actually do I'm sure there's alcohol in them, but I'm saying like if they were just making Jello shots for a party of 4 or 5, like if we were just hanging out at the house and we were making Jello shots, like we would put a good deal of liquor in them.
Oh yeah.
For them, I mean, Texas A&M and Tennessee alone have bought over 10,000 Jello shots a piece. How much money would it cost them to put the proper amount of liquor into the Jello shots? Well, they wouldn't make as much money off of it. So
I think some of that money goes.
You got to get a whole lot of Jello shots to fill it. I think
some of that money goes to charity too. So I mean that's. Yes.
But I stand by what I said. I do want to answer Ricky B's question real quick about the pitching. The difference in the 22 team and the 24 team. He was talking about the different profiles of the pitching staff, and just in the sense of the last couple of Tennessee pitching staffs have had a lot of high velocity arms, and this pitching staff has more crafty pitchers like a Xander, like a Kirby, like a Causey, and others. And Beam, I mean, he throws mid-90s, but even Beam is when he's successful, it's because he is dotting the fastballs to either side of the plate and letting his defense work for him. He's not trying to overpower hitters like Chase Burns did, like Chase Dolander did, like Ben Joyce did, and like some others did. These guys, not to say that those guys are not pitchers. I mean, look what Dolander is doing right now in the minor leagues. I mean, he's carving up opponents at his level that he's at right now. And Burns is carving up teams in the ACC as well in college baseball. So they're not just power guys, but the difference is it is harder for college baseball players, in my opinion, to face the crafty lefties, the soft throwing righties that live more off of throwing strikes and letting your defense work and using your breaking balls and off-speed pitches, because it's kids are seeing high velocity fastballs before they even get to college. They're seeing these ridiculous radar numbers before they get to college. They're seeing it in high school. They're seeing it in travel ball. So like when you run into a Chase Burns like Notre Dame did in 22, you just kind of gear it for the fastball, hope you catch one, and hope that it's the difference in the game. And that's what it was in 22 for Notre Dame and Knoxville. Whereas now you're having to deal with a bit of a more crafty pitcher or two, like they had to deal with yesterday, and it's not as easy to hit because nowadays you're so used to facing plus velocity so often, and Tennessee's pitching staff just isn't really built like that. They have a couple of guys who are high velocity, obviously, but not as much as they have had, and I think that they were able to mix and match You do have your Nate Snead, your flamethrower that you bring in, but you bring in Combs or Kirby, others who just their profile of what they throw and how they go about throwing it, it's all a little bit different. Whereas the last couple of years, it's mostly been just hard throwing, high velocity guys, and it's easy to kind of just gear up for the fastball and hope you catch one. Whereas really Tennessee's pitching staff this year keeps you on your toes.
865-255-03. Let's get back to the phones. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How about them balls?
How about them, Turkey Man?
Man, I tell you what, I'm just sitting here enjoying every ounce of it. It's so good. You know, I was thinking about that movie. I don't know why it comes to my mind, but that Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I was listening to all the callers coming in. I thought about that movie, and I thought this is a cluster of everybody, ain't it? This is a conundrum of people here. But gosh, yeah, it's good. I sat here being. I was thinking about all the players that we are watching off the team that probably will be their last time, their last go at it, and that makes me sad, but it makes me excited for their next step. But Kirby, I don't know, he's been there forever, but gosh, I'm gonna miss that mustache. I'm gonna miss him being there. Is Cal got another year? Will this be his last year?
This weekend will be Cal Stark's last weekend in a Tennessee uniform.
Yeah. As that being, I tell you what, if I can, I don't want to make a promise I can't do it, but I've got my jersey. I don't know anybody that would enjoy just keeping my pinstripe number 8 that I coached in. You know, we just talked a while ago that we wore uniforms as coaches, and someday now I'm going to try to get that to you.
We'll try and make that happen. I think first and foremost, though, you need to rock it this weekend so you can be like Tony V from the couch, like you're managing. Get that sucker on, and maybe that's what pushes Tennessee over the top by putting some good juju up into the atmosphere. Maybe that pushes them over the top. You got to rock it this weekend, and then we'll get connected on that.
Well, my wife, she's there getting on, saying what tickets cost, this, that, and the other. I said, honey, you don't know, but I've got a job to do this weekend, and this, so I just can't pull up and go because the Lord's work's got to go on, and that's what we're here for. But man, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Turkey Man. I appreciate that, and I hope you and your family are doing well. Appreciate you giving us a call this morning, and enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. Hopefully you can do the Lord's work on Sunday morning, and then Tennessee and Tony Vitello can do the baseball Lord's work on Sunday afternoon for you, and you can have a full day of the Lord's work back-to-back, as Tennessee could potentially win the national championship on Sunday afternoon. Game 1 is on Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern. Game 2 is an early start on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern on ABC. So theoretically, Tennessee could win the national championship on Sunday. If necessary, Game 3, that would be on Monday night, I believe at 7 Eastern.
Man, they sold out my favorite baseball jersey.
Which one?
The black one. Sold out. I got to find that thing, man. You know we're going to wear one of those 2 days. You know we're going to wear it.
Well, Tennessee will be the home team Saturday, the visitor Sunday, and then if there's a Game 3, they'll be the home team on Monday. So I would imagine they wear the all whites on Saturday. I don't know. Maybe they switch it up and go dark mode on Saturday instead of the all whites.
I like
the all whites. They're 0-3 in Omaha, though, I believe. No, they're 0-1.
wore the all whites. The first game.
Oh yeah, 1-0. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was a wild game. So I don't know why I was thinking for a second it was a loss. Might be.
We 0-0 in those grays. We ain't seen those.
Thank goodness.
I know, that's right.
I like the Smoky Grays. Tennessee should not be wearing them on the biggest stage in Omaha.
No. The orange ones yesterday were sweet. I love those. So get those back out. But great phone call by Turkey Man. Appreciate all the calls from everyone. 865-255-03. We got to get to the Beatty Chevrolet text box, which we will do when we come back from brief timeout. It's Swain Event. Fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Ben McKee, Go Balls 247. I'm Jason Swain here in the Low T Center studio. Stay with us.
You're listening to the Swain Event.
And you know this, man.
Here in Knoxville, we love it when a squirrel's in the checkerboards. But when there's a squirrel in our attic, that's all sides. When that happens, call Alpha Wildlife. They're Knoxville's veteran-owned and operated wildlife removal company. When unwanted critters put their feet up on your coffee table, call 865-224-6555. Let the Tennessee fans at Alpha Wildlife evict those unwanted tenants and set your home up with a winning defense to keep that wildlife where it belongs. That's Alpha Wildlife at 865-224-6555. They have locations in Nashville, Memphis, Chattanooga, and in parts of South Carolina. Check them out online at alphawildlife.com.
Fellas, there's a lot of people talking about testosterone, but do your homework and go to a provider that you can trust. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have noticed weight gain, loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
80 saves you money like a new 24 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Save with 5.9% APR financing or pre-owned vehicles starting at $19,995. All makes and models at Beatty Chevrolet.
What's up, Swain Event crew? Always happy to be with my friends in the morning. So, everybody has a next chapter in life, right? And sometimes that includes a move. Your next page may have a growing family, or maybe an empty nest, or possibly a move back home. When the time comes, I'll be here to help. Just give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, and check out my website, nextmovesmokymountains.com. As always, go Vols!
Looking for a different way to enjoy the show?
Yes.
Then check out Swain Event TV on YouTube.
So, Ben, I just checked out the clip where you were mentioned during the broadcast, TV broadcast yesterday. Ben, the only part I missed of that clip is when they said your name. I heard that clip. I saw that part. So, like the moment they said your name, like I missed that part. But then I remember the next word, the next sentence, talking about how Mr. Tears still would drive to Knoxville, go to the games, even though his son wasn't playing. I remember that part. I actually saw that part. But I did not catch them say your name. That's why I missed it.
It's all good. I understand. My name's not Josh Ford. You would have picked up on that. It's Ben McKee. I get it. I'm the ex-girlfriend. I get it. You're not going to hear my name like you're going to hear Josh's. I'm not good enough to be on air. I'm only the backup producer. So
hey,
I get it.
We got some more time together here coming up in a couple days.
If I approve.
Well, you got to approve first. You're right. 100%. I am with Bo here. This is what I'm going to be doing probably. Swain, I'm going to fire up the smoker and do up some prime rib and set up a 10-foot big screen on the patio with cold adult beverages for the game Saturday night. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go to Omaha, but the house is going to be just fine. We're going to have a watch party right here at the Swain house. We're going to do it up. Don't be judging me, Ben. I see what you're doing inside your head over there.
I'm not judging you at all. I know exactly how expensive it is to get out here. I do get reimbursed because it is my job to be out here first and foremost. But I have seen the prices of the rental car and the hotels and the plane and booking all that stuff. So I am not judging one person for not making the trip out here. I wish it was possible for everybody to come out here and experience this, because it is not only such a great event in sports, and especially at the college level, but Tennessee playing in its first national championship, I believe, since the 08-09 track team, if I'm not mistaken. I know the Lady Vols basketball won the championship in 08 as well, but I think one of the track teams won a championship there in 08-09. So almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago, somewhere in that range of last time we saw Tennessee compete for a national championship. So I wish everybody could be out here for that. But I am not judging anybody, because it is expensive to travel these days, especially this far, to where you don't really want to drive and you'd like to fly, but you're not really left an option because of how expensive flights are. I completely understand. No judgment here.
Let's go back to the phones, 865-255-03. Good morning.
Guys, what's going on? Good morning.
What's up? What's up, Jay?
Well, I think we need to move the World Series to Gatlinburg, and we can give the players free passes to Splash Country.
That would be better for me, for sure. But I do kind of like there is a annual location for the championship. I do like that. Like, I know with the Super Bowl, they move it every year, and college basketball, they move it. And I do like how there's one location each and every year. And the goal is to get to Omaha if you are a college baseball program. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do too. I like it, man. Now, Swain, I know your ego can't fit through the door already, but I got to ask you, man, you been pumping iron lately? You looking a little leaner, a little buffer? Is that just the polo you're wearing?
No, it's probably just the polo.
Yeah, okay. All right, I didn't know, man. I didn't know if you been clanging and banging a little bit in the weight room.
No, I ain't been doing that.
You had your fill of that with Johnny.
Yep, I sure did.
Yeah.
You got it, my man.
Hey, guys, I mean, this is surprising, obviously, with where Tennessee baseball was when Tony took over. And it's why it's just one of the – I mean, it's got to be one of the greatest turnarounds in college sports when you just talk about a single program. I mean, we weren't even making it to the conference tournament when he got here. But we also really – it didn't seem like we were really invested in baseball. But these, like, 08 to 2020 years, like 2008 to 2020 were terrible. I'm not trying to revisit that. But the success that we have been having here these last 4 or 5 years in all sports, people act surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm not saying Tennessee should win the All-Sports Trophy every year like they've been doing, but when you look at what Tennessee has resource-wise, facility-wise, fan support, you know, I mean, half the country seems like it's trying to move to East Tennessee these days. Like, are you really surprised? Like, they finally have good leadership. Are you really that surprised that they're winning at a high level in these sports? Like, to me, that's what we should be doing. I'm more surprised that we sucked for so long in all these sports. It just seems like everything, you know, things are going well and people seem shocked and like, oh, this is, you know, this is crazy. No, this is what we should be doing. I mean, I don't understand that. Do you guys agree, disagree? I mean, I feel like Tennessee should be competing at a high level if it's ran properly.
I agree 100% with you. You know, we've been facing, you know, inflation in so many areas, right? And at some point, the prices will go back down or whatever, and it'll be, no, I guess, air quotes, normal. And then we're going to say, oh, man, look at these prices, man. They're great. Well, what they should have been the whole time. We just got used to paying way more for a long period of time, and so like I agree with you. We should be competing for championships in every sport. Tennessee is a program with this fan base and resources where we should have stability. We should have people working together, and making sure that each coach has what they need to be successful. But we became used to a pile of slop where basketball was messing up and football was messing up, and the AD out here was trying to get rid of the Lady Vol brand. What the hell are you doing? Like we would just mess it up in every little thing. And so we became used to that. And then when things started to turn around, people are shocked. No, it's supposed to be like this. Now, don't get me wrong. This is phenomenal. Like, there's not a lot of schools that are doing what we're doing right now in all sports. So, like, this is the golden age. Don't get me wrong, but it's supposed to be more like this than it was in between that stretch you mentioned where we were out here embarrassing ourselves with basketball hires and football hires and AD hires. We really were messing up.
Yeah, I agree with you, Swain. Like I said, I don't know if you win the all. Seems like the past 3 years we won the All Sports Trophy. I'm not saying you do that, but every year. But yeah, this is more what it should be. Tennessee is one of the 10, at very worst, 15 best athletic programs in the country. This is what you should do, and so I think as long as we hire good leadership, it'll all trickle down, and we'll hire good coaches, and this will be more of the norm. Like you said, we accepted all that mediocrity and scandals and all that crap. It just almost became the norm, and now people are shocked that Tennessee's winning again. It's like, man, if they're not winning, you need to ask what they're doing wrong, because they should be. I'm going to get off here, guys. I'll let somebody else talk. Y'all have a good morning, though.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for the phone call. 865-255-03. Let's keep it going, Ben. They call and talk to you, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning, family. It's DZ in Milwaukee.
What's up, DZ?
Man, it's a beautiful morning. Beautiful morning, Ben. Hope you're doing good. I know you're missing the kids right about now, but you're doing the Lord's work for the Big Orange Country, and we all appreciate it right now.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I'm doing well. A little tired. Need some rest to be geared up for the championship series this weekend, but I'm doing well. Hope you are as well.
I am. It's raining this morning, which I actually don't mind because it's been like 90 for the last 3 days, and I don't do too well over 80, so I actually have a smile on my face for more than one reason this morning. But I know all of Vol Nation is very jealous of you, Ben. Being in the greatest place on earth, at least for these past 2 weeks. Very proud of the boys. Obviously excited for this weekend. I kind of assumed that Texas A&M would be the team that we would face in the finals if we were fortunate enough to, take care of business these past 2 weeks like we have. So really excited for the weekend. Chiming in on the previous conversation as far as how well the athletic program is doing. I think everybody is over the moon. I know while I was in school at UT, things were really good. When I left, which was in 2002, we had unfortunately just come off the SEC championship game loss to LSU when we could have been going to the Rose Bowl. But all of the sports at that time were pretty good. Men's basketball, not so much because we had just hired Buzz Peterson. And I'm sure, Ben, you may not remember those days, but Swain, I'm sure you can remember those Buzz Peterson days at TBA, which were not so fun. But I think the way that all of the programs are going now is fantastic to see. I'll be honest, I think that won't give him all the credit, but I think Greg Sankey coming to the conference kind of lighting a fire up under all of the schools to try to, get all of their athletic programs to improve. With that, it just means more. And I think, honestly, it does. It's pretty obvious to see within the last 10 years how not just here at UT, but the conference as a whole has improved over all of the sports. Do you guys see that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I do see emphasis on all sports, just not football and baseball. Greg Sankey worked worked in SEC for a very, very long time before taking over. My understanding, and then I think since he has taken over, like, he has elevated the league, and basketball has been better than ever. Another year where you have two teams from the same conference competing for a championship. I mean, I know he's in paradise, no different than when Alabama and Georgia was in the championship game, and here you go again, like last year, where LSU and Florida played for a championship. Now it's Tennessee and Texas A&M. So it means more, man. It means more from a conference standpoint, and Tennessee certainly got that message too, because all the sports are thriving, and all the sports are getting the attention they deserve, and the results are kind of paying off. Now Tennessee baseball has a chance to go win a championship, which kind of leads me to my next question for Ben, DZ. And man, thanks so much for the call. It's good to hear from you. Always love talking to you about the Vols. As we are kind of winding down the show, Texas A&M, Tennessee beat these guys 7-4 at Hoover. What stands out to you about Texas A&M?
Their pitching staff and what they have done this week in Omaha. I believe it's 3 earned runs that they've allowed in 3 games or something along those lines. That they have been really good on the mound, and really in unorthodox fashion, or maybe surprising fashion is the better way to put it, because their top arms have been good in Omaha, but they've had some guys, at least from the outside looking in. If you're a Texas A&M fan, or if you follow Texas A&M or cover Texas A&M, then maybe not as surprising, but from the outside looking in, you're aware of the top arms that A&M has. But this week in Omaha, to me, it's been the story about the guys who are not as talked about, and their pitching performances, like we saw last night with their guy who just kind of shoved against Florida to start the game. Now, I do think that Florida was in a tough situation by the time the night game rolled around. I imagine that their legs were pretty tired. They just didn't have the same energy, same bounce to them that they had in the morning against Kentucky, when, boy, did they end Kentucky season with a thumping. They just didn't have the same bounce to them. So I thought that they were tired at night. So maybe that had a thing to do with it. But to me, that's what stands out most about A&M. And they have some big bats in the lineup. And Jeff Kent, his son, I'm blanking on his first name, maybe Caden. He's playing really well right now. He's a guy that's really stepped up here in the postseason. But they have other guys, Hayden Schott, Jace Laviolette. Now, Jace is banged up, very much like Hunter Ensley, but I think he's a little more banged up than Hunter is, although Jace was able to play in the field yesterday. Hunter could have, so maybe Tennessee was just being more cautious than Texas A&M was, and the plan is for Hunter to be back in the field this weekend. But he's a little bit banged up right now. Braden Montgomery, who is one of the best players in all of college baseball this season, he is out with I never saw what the exact injury was, but they had to put his foot, ankle into an air cast last weekend during the Super Regionals, I believe it was, and he's out for the rest of the year as he deals with that unfortunate injury, and that's a big bat in A&M's lineup. Braden Montgomery, it would be like Billy Amick, his season ending. That is the equivalent at the plate, or Blake Burke, Dylan Dryland, pick whoever you want. Like, Braden Montgomery is as good as anybody in the top half of Tennessee's lineup, and they're without him for the rest of the season. It would be like Tennessee losing one of their guys at the top of their lineup for the rest of the season. So they're playing well right now, and I think it's starting with the pitching staff. It seems like their pitching staff has really rounded into form and has really generated some depth here when it matters most. So that's the thing that stands out to me the most about Texas A&M right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a enormous challenge for Tennessee. Tennessee obviously is a better team, but A&M is more than capable. Oh man, I just thought about something, man. A&M's fans gonna be all weird and stuff at the game. You know how they be doing it, man.
They were doing it yesterday during the game against Florida. I'm curious to see what the fan dynamic is, because Tennessee has been very, very well represented this week, and it sounds like more are on the way, as we have talked about this morning with a couple of different people. But A&M well represented as well, and there were a lot of A&M fans in the stands last night. So very curious to see the dynamic of the crowd on Saturday night and throughout the weekend, because it seems like both fan bases have traveled equally well.
CJ and JC says Expedia got tickets from Tri-Cities Airport to Omaha for just $400 for just under $400 round trip. All right. Paducah, Kentucky Vol says, guys, I will be there. Just texted my kids to see about swapping my Father's Day gift of battery-operated weed eater and hedge trimmer for all expense paid trip to Omaha. Haven't heard back. Make it happen. Paducah Vol. Brian Hunsucker says, managers and coaches wearing uniforms started long ago because some managed and played. How about that? How about that? Yeah, man. Texas A&M fans. Oh, they're going to be so annoying. They're going to be so annoying. Good luck with that, DR Vol. You know DR Vol is going to do something and say something obnoxious. He's going to do that.
Yeah, somebody needs to make sure DR Vol is sitting in a Tennessee section.
He won't be able to handle that.
And not around Texas A&M fans.
Yeah, he won't be able to handle that. Greg Sankey has been working with the SEC since 2002. Worked under Mike Slive. And then obviously when Mike Slive retired, he took over. And Slive has passed away. He's no longer with us. But Greg Sankey has been with the SEC for 22 years. To add some context to Deezy's phone call there. 865-255-03. Man, it is hot right now, and it's going to get hotter as the summer temperatures are here. With summertime, we want things to be more simple, and Hiller is making it summer simple for you. Real-time technician tracking. You'll know exactly when they're on their way, and you can trust that you'll have the best and brightest techs in your home, working on your home, fixing your problem on their first trip out. From now until June the 30th, you can enjoy a free service call with work performed or take $25 off any plumbing or electrical repair. Visit the website, happyhealer.com, for more details. Yeah,
I think
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think maybe we need to put some thought into potentially moving up next week's show, Swain. Or adding a show.
If they win Sunday, if they win Saturday, Sunday, doing Monday, or what do you mean?
I think it makes sense to do a show Monday morning, one way or the other, because maybe if they go 0-2, maybe keep it as is. But if they win a national championship, are we going to wait until Tuesday morning to reconvene? Or if there's a third game played on Monday night for the national championship, be a nice little preview show. Maybe at least do 45 minutes or an hour.
No, you're right, Ben. You got a point. You got a point.
I know. I always have a point. I also, now that I think about it, I think if enough people reach out and say that they would link up. I know DR Ball's going to be here. I know there's some others who are in town as well who have not commented on the text box. Maybe I can put together a little Swain Event meetup before the game on Saturday. So if there's some Tennessee fans in attendance who are going to be in attendance, if y'all tweet at me or say something, if there's enough people that kind of want to get together, we'll say 2 or 3 hours before the game starts, we can pick somewhere out around the stadium and we can have a little Swain Event meetup before the game. If anybody is interested in that, we'll try and make that happen.
Man of the people.
I am a man of the people, unlike you, who just, I mean, if it was a football team, you'd be out here without hesitation.
Yeah, because I would be with the football team. I would have rolled on the same plane as the football team. Yeah,
that's not my narrative. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That would be the only difference. That would be the only difference. But I'm there in spirit, though. You got to FaceTime your boy if you make that happen.
I don't want to break my phone.
You'll be all right. You'll be okay. Yeah, FaceTime your boy. I want to feel like I'm part of it, man.
We'll see if we can make that happen. I know what can be made happen, and that's whatever you want to do in real estate because of Jennifer Morris and Keller Williams Realty. She is the absolute best. I say it all the time. I mean, she's greater than Tennessee baseball. I mean, Tennessee baseball could win the national championship this weekend, and they would still not be as great as Jennifer Morris. She is absolutely elite. She's already won many national championships. She's a champion of life as well. She has a 5-star heart. You should reach out to her for all of your real estate needs. She will take great care of you. She will take the stress away of the home buying process or the home selling process, whatever you want to accomplish in real estate. She can help you get that taken care of, and she will be glad to do so. And if you're like my family, you will create a lifelong friend in the process as well, which is really cool. She cares about you far more than trying to take advantage of you or make money off of you or anything along those lines. She wants to make sure that you and your family are taken care of and do it as best as she can and take all the stress away from the process away from you. So please reach out to Jennifer Morris of Keller Williams Realty for all of your real estate needs.
I got some friends of mine who I consider lifelong friends. I don't call them, I don't say they have 5-star hearts.
Well, that's just because you're not as good of a friend as I am.
I guess.
I mean, you didn't. Not. I mean, you just proved that you're an awful friend yet again. I mean, you're always booked when it comes to me moving.
I didn't get an invite this last time.
I wonder why. It wasn't even worth giving you an invite. You just would have said no.
I had a truck.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I had a loaner. I had a loaner truck. I could have helped move the box or two.
I need a real truck.
Huh?
I need a real truck.
No, I mean, it was a real pickup truck. I had a real pickup truck. I'm serious.
The country coming out in you. Country Swain.
I guess so.
K.
I guess now. We'll see. 865-255-03. Tremel says, too cold, Ben. See, Tremel called it too. 5-star hearts. Tremel also said, y'all made the trip a little easier today. He was on his way from Chattanooga to Maryville. And so I'm assuming he got there safe and sound. I ain't messing with Chattanooga, man. I ain't messing with Chattanooga.
I don't think that you would have to deal with Chattanooga.
I had to deal with it last week.
In that sense as well. I thought you were talking about a theoretical drive to Omaha.
Oh, yeah. No. Man, I'm not driving to Omaha.
Well, I know you're not. That's why I said theoretical.
Like, I'm not driving more than 8 hours. I'm not doing that.
It's only 13 hours and 16 minutes.
Nah. I'm not doing
that. Yeah, you would go to Nashville, then you'd go up through Paducah, Kentucky, through St. Louis, through Kansas City, up into Omaha. I told you if you fly into KC, I'd pick you up from the airport.
And that's a real good friend right there, because KC is 2.5 hours away.
That is a real good friend. But me being a even better friend, I don't want to put that burden on you, Ben. You know, I don't want you got so much stuff to do. You just said you were tired. I mean, you got to spray the room down with some air freshener. I mean, you got stuff to do, man. You got stuff to do. I would not want to impose. That's being a real good friend. A better friend.
That is true. I do have a lot to do. I've got a lot of work. I need to find some time to catch up on some sleep. I need to wash my undies. I need to go find a place to buzz my hair down even shorter. Like I've got a lot of things to do on the agenda. I need to book my flight out of here, because now I know for sure when I'm leaving. My hotel reservation is up in the morning. Need to get that taken care of. Got to get the rental car extended. I am big game Ben. Got things to do.
You know what? Your dad, man. I was sitting there watching, looking at you and your dad at dinner. What was that, last week?
Sure. Last Tuesday.
Something like that.
Yeah, last Tuesday.
And you just mentioned how you got to get your hair buzzed. And your dad got a full head of hair. I mean, just looking good, dude. Got the flow going. Your dad's rubbing it. Huh?
I wouldn't say full head. He's got a nice little bald spot in the back, but it's certainly better than mine. I mean, he's almost 60 and has practically a full head of hair, and I obviously do not at the age of 28, 29, whatever I am.
I think your dad needs to shave it off, man. Solidarity.
No, I wouldn't make him do that. The hair genes don't come from your dad, supposedly.
Yeah,
they come from your mom's dad. Yeah, and I believe my mom's dad had thin hair. I never got to meet him, but I believe he had thin hair. So I had thin hair. Luckily for my boys, I mean, my father-in-law has a full head of hair, and he's a couple years older than my dad. So my little ones, they should be okay. And you saw Knox's hair as well. I mean, that kid's got some curls and some flows.
Yeah.
He's gonna have his selections once he gets older.
Yeah, he's like a surfer. He got surfer hair already. Jennifer Moore says, I'm on board to sponsor a plane ticket for Swain. Goes to Omaha. See, stop removing these obstacles, okay? Stop removing the obstacles. I want to watch the game right here at the house, in front of the TV. I can scream. No one's going to hear it. I can say what I want to say, and I don't have to worry about anyone judging me. I don't have to worry about being, video, saying something I shouldn't say to a Texas A&M fan. Right here. That's pretty tempting, though, Jennifer Morris. That is pretty tempting.
You can ignore the broadcast when they say my name.
That's crazy. I miss them saying your name. That was it. That was the only part I missed. I did not know.
I don't even know how if I hear the name Jason Swain, it catches my attention and I turn around to if it's something random, I turn around to catch it.
No, that's what you know how the downstairs bathroom is. So the moment I walked out, I heard the TV and it started talking about dad still going to the games even though Kavaris wasn't playing. So I only missed them saying your name. That was the only part I missed. I got everything else. And that's why I was confused because I was like, I watched every part of this game. Now the first time we played Florida State, I had to take a step outside after we gave up all those runs. But I was locked in for every part of the game except for where I went to the bathroom. And that was the one time I missed them saying your name. It's crazy.
If you Venmo me $500 right now, I will forgive you.
Okay, deal. You got it. What else is here in the text box? Jeff Moore says that's what a 5-star friend does.
That's right.
She ain't gonna.
5-star Hart Morris.
She's not going to sponsor a plane ticket.
Yes, she would. She is a woman of her word.
It's like $1,000. Yeah, good.
Not if you fly out of Johnson City.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Real tempting. What's the ticket to get into Omaha? How much are those?
That's the issue.
Okay.
The hotel and the ticket prices are, because I guess you expect for the plane ticket to not be the cheapest, but the hotel price and the game tickets is what gets you.
I don't understand because I saw so many empty seats.
Well, not at the beginning of the game you did, but it fills in quickly because they clear the stadium in between each game. And so like Tennessee's game, it started about 65 minutes or so after Kentucky and Florida played, and they clear out the entire stadium and don't let fans back in until like 15, 20 minutes before first pitch. So as Tennessee is starting, there's just a ginormous amount of lines and people outside of the stadium trying to get into the stadium as the game is starting. So the attendance at first pitch is a little deceiving because they clear the stadium in between games and everybody's outside trying to get back in when the game is starting, if that makes sense.
Shout out to UT Mask Man. He sent me a text message of his seats Friday against Florida State, and he was behind home plate. And I'm looking at behind home plate right now, the tickets on Ticketmaster. And I asked him, because he said he bought some Jell-O shots. And I said, why didn't you buy more? He said, I got those tickets. Now I understand, man. I understand why you didn't buy more Jell-O shots. I get it. I get it 100%. And the Mafia says the tickets are $525. $600. That's the price of the tickets. Yeah, it's close. It's close. It's close. Ben, man, we're proud of you. Happy for you. Enjoy the rest of your day, cleaning your drawers. You know, you can do that in the sink, man, like they did back in the old days. You don't need no washing machine. And then
I've been sweating too much. I need a washing machine.
You can hang them up in the bathroom. Get you a hanger, hang them up like that, man. That's all you need to do. You'll be all right. Monday, Tennessee wins Saturday, Sunday, or if there's a tie in the series and Tennessee has to play game 3 Monday night, then let's do it on Monday morning, man. That should be the plan. So
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We have to. The baseball program deserves it. So we'll do it. 100%. Ben, anything else you want to add before we wrap up today's show? Did we miss anything?
No, sir. I think we covered it all. Brian Hunsucker with the last second message says he checked Ticketmaster and the cheapest he sees is $3.15 to get into the game. So ticket prices, like DR Vol said, you should have bought them 2 days ago. Should have had some faith in the Vols, DR Vol. Nega Vol. That's why you were on Vol Facebook, because you are a Nega Vol. Right. Should have bought them while they were cheap, because you should have had belief that they were going to get there. But appreciate everybody and the kind words. Been a fun ride, and excited for the last chapter, last weekend of watching guys like Christian Moore, Blake Burke, Kirby Cannell, Xander Sheetcrest play baseball and playing on the biggest stage possible at this level. So should be a fun one. Excited to watch and cover on Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully reconvene on Monday morning.
Let's do it. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. If you miss any part of the show, the Beatty Chevrolet podcast will be available wherever you get your podcast. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. The Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Top 100 barbecue restaurant in America, Ben. We'll have to get you out the Dead End Barbecue when you come back home, man. We got to get you taken care of for a plate of Bernie Mac. All right, peace and love, everybody. We are out.